Yes, guys and girls, welcome back to another episode. Myself, Luke, also known as El Crypto, and my good friend Edo. How you doing?
I feel excited to be back for another episode.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I mean, with the course of the summer, Bitcoin has been making its move. We're going to talk about Bitcoin's current price. A lot of people are stressed out right now with Bitcoin because we haven't pumped further past 124K. So where is Bitcoin going in the short term and the long term? We're going to talk about the end of this cycle because, in my opinion, I feel we're at the parabolic stage now of this cycle where over the next 2 to 4 months it's going to be over, ready for the next bear market. So let's get stuck in straight away with the technical, shall we? I don't know if you've been keeping up to date with the
Yeah, I've been seeing some of the development of Bitcoin, and because a lot of things have happened over the past couple of months. So it'd be really good to see what are the prediction, even the bearish scenario or the bullish scenario. So it's be really good to look at those.
Very good. So let's just go over to the charts then, because yeah, like I said, a lot of people are panicking right now because Bitcoin has taken a bit of a, I'm not going to call it a massive dump. Well, we've dropped 12,000 US dollars. I'm going to be quite objective to show you the bearish scenario and also the bullish for our viewers and for yourself as well, just to be objective with Bitcoin moving forward. So right now, if we're going to talk about the bearish scenario, we are forming, I don't know if you can see it in the chart right now, but we are forming this McDonald's M pattern, which is not great because if we basically, we've got support here at like 112 to 111,000. I'm going to draw a support line here. The problem is if we do break past this support, then we're going to start rolling back down. I think we could go down to about 110,000, but because we've got this huge level of support here over the course of since May all the way through to July. So we've got this support here where Bitcoin was trading sideways. But yeah, I want you to keep this in mind. We do have this M pattern for the short term. So we could go lower. And usually September, I don't know if you remember, is it a bullish or a bearish month?
September is the bullish before October, which is a bearish.
September is usually quite bad.
Okay, so it's the opposite.
Yeah, if we look at the monthly charts, so right now August it's only down 1.69%, but usually September is not particularly great. It's usually October through December where we have that huge rally.
Okay, and in this case, so if you look at again at the technicals, so why is this an M pattern and not a double top?
It could be. I mean, I'm not going to rule out a double top. It could be here, but I just feel that usually cycles rhyme. They don't necessarily 100% are perfect to each cycle, but they usually rhyme with one another. And we haven't had, first of all, we haven't had an altcoin season yet. And I just feel we haven't met those targets of where this cycle should be. So we're in the banana zone. I'm going to zoom out in a moment, but we thought the same back here, back in December and January. This also looked like a double top. If we go to the weekly, I was saying the same thing. I thought this here was going to be another double top. We did actually dump all the way down to 74,000 from 109K. So what was that? That was a decrease approximately 30%, which was huge. So I'm not saying that we're going to dump 30% here, but yeah, we did have this M, so it looked like a double top, but then it was like a reset in the market and we've continued. So it could be anything. I mean, it could be a double top, and the problem is this is the short term with the M pattern. If we do break below this huge level of support here, basically if we go below 100K, then I think it's over.
Okay, so if we go below the 110K, so this is the bearish scenario.
This is the short term. If this M pattern here, if we break lower from this support line here, we'll basically end up in this zone here between 100 to 110,000. But we've got a lot of support here. We've got a few months of support. personally, I think we're going to get a nice bounce off anywhere between 111,000, even now around this 112. I think we'll get a bounce and start heading higher, ready for October, November, December. So in September, we could go into this zone here in the short term, but I think we'll get a bounce, and that's where we'll have that. We've entered, if we go, so this is the long-term scenario. If we go to the monthly chart, we have entered, as you can see here, we call it the banana zone, where you can clearly see the trend. What you think to this?
Yeah, I think that if we look at the chart from this point of view, we could expect it to go as higher than 120K.
And that's why they say if in doubt, zoom out, because people right now are stressed because this monthly candle has obviously, it's printing red at this moment in time. We've had 4 nice monthly candles in the green, and now we're printing this red. So people become very emotional very quickly with the market when they see a red week or a red month. But we have this in the cycles when we're in a bull market. I mean, you just look here, we did have a double top here where we had this huge pullback of about 45-50%. And then we finished with a second pump to the upside, and we created that new all-time high in the last cycle. So sometimes you just have to take a step back, be robotic, and not panic too much. But it's not easy.
Yeah,
So
sure.
right now, we've been forming these legs up, and yeah, I think the bearish scenario is we do come down and retest these levels of 110,000, and then we get a pump off it. The good thing is, so that's the bearish situation. I don't know if you have any other questions about the bear scenario.
There is something I just want to mention quickly, is that
On the daily or the weekly?
on the weekly.
Okay.
There is something I just want to mention quickly, is that the fact that there has been this slightly decrease of Bitcoin has benefited also the altcoins.
Yeah, so the Bitcoin dominance, I wanted to look at this in just a second, and maybe for the next episode. But as you can see, we probably topped out here at 66%. And as you can see, this has been coming down. So the next episode, we'll look at the altcoins. But yeah, the Bitcoin dominance, I think, has obviously topped out here. And now we're going to go a lot lower. And the targets, I mean, we could go down to 30%. Personally, I don't think we will break the 39%. I think we'll come all the way down, maximum down to this level of 30-40%, because we've got this huge level of support here. So we've got a long way to go. I mean, we could fall another, so what's this? This is 33% in the dominance, which would be massive for the altcoins. And the altcoins would absolutely rip to the upside, and that's what we're hoping. That's what most people are here for. So if you're here for the altcoins, which most people are, stay tuned for the next episode, because Bitcoin needs to lead the way, and then Ethereum. But we've got a lot of good things to look out for. So to answer your question, is it going back into a bear market? It would be very sad that we haven't had a altcoin season yet. And usually we have a massive altcoin season because people are taking profits from Bitcoin and they're putting them into speculative assets. So the lower coins, mid cap, micro caps, and we haven't seen that yet. So it's a bit premature for me. That's just one reason. There's several reasons, but one of the main ones is that it's quite premature because we haven't had an altcoin season just yet.
Yeah, when you were saying earlier that September is usually a bad month for Bitcoin, does it mean that it's a better month for altcoins?
Not necessarily. Altcoins usually take a hit as well. When Bitcoin goes down, then altcoins usually go down a lot more. So what we want to see is Bitcoin to either remain stable, or basically it tops out, and then the altcoins will blow up for 2 to 4 weeks.
But then if Bitcoin comes out, does it not mean that its dominance will still remain very high?
So basically the dominance what will happen is, it's like that chocolate fountain illustration. People will start taking their money from Bitcoin, not everything, but they will be putting it into Ethereum, Solana, which has actually started happening with Ethereum. So we need Ethereum to be basically, for the altcoins, Ethereum is the leader. It will show us, it will give us that transition into the altcoin season. So Ethereum needs to break past its all-time high, which it's struggling at the moment, but I think it will. We're around the all-time high. And as soon as it breaks past, then Solana, the top 10 will start, and then so on. It'll be quick. Usually the altcoin season doesn't last very long. I mean, if you just look back to the Bitcoin dominance, this period here was from December, end of December to, okay, we bottomed out at May. It's only a few months. But if we take it from March, where it really fell down, this is May 10th, this is what, March 15th, so it's 2 months of altcoin dominance. And so I expect the same thing to happen, maybe even bigger this year with the altcoins. But yeah, we haven't had an altcoin season just yet, and that's what we're waiting for. So I think, yeah, we're quite premature with the cycle ending. But having said that, I think we're very, very close to the end of this cycle. So over the next 4 months maximum, then it's going to be it. Next 4 months could be crucial in making a lot of profit with the altcoins. For me, it's over with Bitcoin now. You're not going to do a 2x. Ethereum's probably going to do a 2x, but you got to look out for those small assets where they can do anything between 10, 20 to 50 and beyond x's.
And that looks interesting that you consider maybe the outcomes maybe in the next result.
Yeah, for sure. So in the bullish scenario, what I want to show you right now on the weekly, let's go to the daily. It might be a little bit better to draw it out. We do have, no, it's better on the weekly actually. Just bear in mind, we have that M pattern, which is not looking good. So we don't want to break lower here. If we do, then we're going to enter this zone. But the bullish scenario is, if we go to the weekly, you probably can see it straight away. I don't know if you can see this. What do you think I'm trying to get at? There we go.
The Bollinger Band?
Not the Bollinger Band, but we can see here. If I just draw it out for you, maybe it'll be a bit better. We've got this bull flag. So we've clearly got a bull flag forming here. Now, obviously, it won't be validated if we break below this support. So we want to see getting a bounce. Well, we're actually getting a bounce off it. So if we break lower, then yeah, this bull flag is basically, well, it won't be validated. But what we want to see, let me just change that back to blue. We want to stay in this channel. We've got this bull flag here, and then going into next week, hopefully we can stay above this key level of resistance. If we do, we're stuck in this bull flag, and if we break this at the top of the resistance here, then basically the target for this would be copy, paste, put it here. The target for this bull flag would be all the way up here, 131,000. So that's the best case scenario. So yeah, sometimes you just have to zoom out. I mean, we are basically where we were 2-3 weeks ago. And people were excited at 113,000, and now people are fearful because we're back at 113, 14,000. So sometimes you just have to zoom out, but not panic, and look at the bigger picture. So yeah, we have this bull flag here, and that target would be take us nicely all the way up to 131k. And the long term, where I think we will finish, on my channel, I've spoken about the inverse head and shoulders pattern, which takes us to 143,000, sorry. And my take profit is anywhere between basically this zone. I said 120 to 150,000, but I think 150 will be the top. It could go beyond. People are saying 200, but from previous cycles and being in the market for a while, you'll hear 90% say it's going to go to 200, 300,000, and then it doesn't. We top out where most people
aren't expecting.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, my take profit would be anywhere between 120 to 150,000 if the dominance starts coming down. If we're stuck in that zone of 120 to 100, anywhere between that 120, 150,000, and the dominance hasn't started falling, then I'm staying in. But as soon as this starts coming down and we're stuck inside that zone, then for me, okay, that's the top for Bitcoin.
And because the dominance of Bitcoin remains pretty high. It's well above 50. It's between 50 and 60%. So the dominance is still very high.
Now, if I'm going to be super, super bullish, so, okay, this is the short term, this bull flag. I'm going to keep it on here so everybody can see over the next week or so if we do break out to 131,000. And then, of course, we have this. How do I change? We have, I think it's here. Yeah, let me just draw. So we have, maybe it's better on the daily. On my channel, I showed everybody this pattern where we have the head, and then you have the shoulder, the left shoulder here, and you have the right shoulder here. Okay.
Now you have to pick that, right?
You just measure it from the bottom to the neckline. And then I'm just going to take this, and then you just measure it from the breakout, which was here. And this takes us 236,000. It's not far from our bull flag.
Yeah, but both of them, they try to, they coincide.
Yeah, so right now we've got some key resistance here, 120. But for the actual long term, if we go back to the monthly, I just want to show you all something just to conclude this episode. Go. We want to take it from the bottom, from the top, sorry, all the way to, oh no, not this. This is the Fibonacci. We take it from the top to the bottom. So the cycle start from the bear market low to the low to the top, as we know now. It takes us to this nice 1.618 level, which could be the top of this cycle if I'm going to go beyond my 150,000.
Yeah, so this is in the extreme bullish scenario.
For me, yeah. But people are saying over 200,000. So this, for me, is my extreme bullish scenario. Is the 1.618 level is all the way here. And as you can see, what's interesting is, I don't know if you can see this, but this one here, this is where we got rejected. Exactly bang on the money. So if we break past this level here, then anywhere in this blue rectangle basically will be in my opinion, the top.
And that looks interesting. But I mean, if you see all the all the bullish scenario that we try to talk about, they try to merge more or less around the same level between 150 and this is 190.
This is 190. It's close to 200,000. So that will be my extreme bullish scenario. The back to the bearish would be going into the bear market right now. I'll do it the opposite way. Sorry, I've got to go from the bottom here. Would be the gold. Yeah, it'll be here. Golden pocket. The 0.382 would take us down. Even it could even be the 0. Yeah, any of these three usually gets hit. So we've got the 0.618 level, which would be the lowest for me, 57,000. In the next bear market low.
Okay.
But most likely it will probably go the 0.5 or the 0.38.
Well, I mean, a few months ago, I would have thought that one to be likely, but I think that given the current trend, seems unlikely to me. But I will see what happens.
Because if we take the last cycle, we dropped 76% from the top. So if we were to take the same 76% from the top here, we will drop down. Well, we're not going to drop down to this level, 30,000.
30,000.
So just to compare the last two, we're not going to go. There's no way we're going down to 30,000. That's why, yeah, these levels here, these three, got the 0.618, the 0.5. This will be around here. Would be the low, in my opinion.
But I don't think this will happen anytime between next year.
It'll be 2026 will be the beginning
Yeah.
of the bear market into 2027, where we could see that low, like we saw the lows here. And that's where, if you're not into crypto yet, start educating yourself and get ready for the next cycle. My personal opinion right now, and everything we say on this channel, is not financial advice. It's just for educational purposes only. Educate yourself now and prepare yourself for the next cycle. And that's what I would be doing right now. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you the Bitcoin charts going forward, short term, long term. And maybe the next video we can talk about the altcoins.
Yeah. I hope they enjoy watching this episode.
Yeah, so stay tuned for the next few episodes where we'll talk about the altcoins. That's probably why you're here. And make sure to subscribe to our channels as well. We'll leave links in the description, and we'll see you next time with another video. Bye-bye.
Yeah, until the next one. Bye.